So I'll know more, hopefully, when I walk up the tunnel. Then we'll find out.
The guys are back in no pads today. Is that kind of going back to day one after last night?
No, it was everything was planned that way. We'll be in pads tomorrow morning, and then we'll be in helmets tomorrow night, and then we'll scrimmage Saturday in full pads. So just the wear and tear at training camp and making sure that we take care of the guys.
Did you say anything to your team after you guys went into the locker rooms off the field? Did you say anything to them about the discipline?
I just spoke to him about an expectation level of where we're at and what we need, and I didn't have to say much. I think my message was pretty clear, and I think the message got across.
Was that something, Sark, that was it just the culmination of things during practice that just weren't going right?
No,
or?
not at all. Not at all. It's been just an issue that we've had, and which is, I'd much rather it be this way than the other way around, where I got to tell these guys to play harder. We just are playing so hard right now that we're falling on the ground. And then when it comes to a point to where it starts dealing with your quarterback, that's not okay. And we need to make sure that we understand 29 practices, we can't go full live every day or we won't make it. We won't make it to the first ball game. And so I love that this is what I have to do. I love that I have to try to hold on to the leash of these dogs and hold on to them. And because these guys, when you let go of the leash, they're going to run and they're going to play hard. They're going to be physical, and which is a good problem to have. And so they understand. You know, we talk about it daily, and I thought the guys came out today, and probably our best practice is staying off the ground, and we were still playing fast and flying around with really good energy.
And Corey, saw him carted off last night. But
yeah,
he came
nothing
back.
serious.
Yeah.
Corey's nothing serious. Probably if we were playing today, probably could have played, but you know, it's training camp and it's an opportunity to give a guy a little bit of rest and get healthy. We did it with a few guys tonight, actually.
Who were some of those other players that you felt needed some time?
John Ross, you know, he'd been working a lot. He'd been doing a lot in the return game and at receiver. He just started to look a little bit fatigued as a true freshman, so we backed off him tonight. Could potentially even more so here in the next day or so. So he's one most notably that I know jumps right out at me.
How about Perkins and Harvickson? Obviously getting a lot more rest.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. Michael, this might have been his best practice at camp today. He was effective in the passing game, you know, which is good. I don't know if he had been playing great. You know, I think he wasn't playing up to his potential and had a better practice. I think Josh has had a really good training camp. He's blocking, he's route running, he's being physical when he's asked to be. He's a nice element. He's a tough matchup on linebackers because he can really run. So, you know, I've been impressed by him.
When you're without Austin, can you afford to stay in your basic two tight end sets and things you want to do run block wise?
Well, we did quite a bit of it today. You know, it was quite a bit of it today, and that's all the stuff we need to answer by next week. But like I said, we're in training camp mode, and we're trying to learn about our team and get a lot of questions answered and find areas where we need to improve and find areas that are pleasant surprises that this is great. Let's continue to build upon this, and whether that's individuals, whether that's specific schemes, whether that's a formation or something. So that's what training camp's all about.
Austin's injury make you rethink Evan Hudson at all, or is he going to stay?
No,
defensive?
Evan's doing awesome. Evan, he's starting for us. He's exactly what we were looking for. And to Evan's credit, he's gotten better and better and better every practice since we've been going. And for us, because of what we're doing, to have a strong side defensive end that can be that physical and take on double teams, whether it's guards and tackles or tackles and tight ends, is really essential. And he's doing a good job.
And Joe Mathis, Vincent having the West today.
Yeah, Joe. Last couple days, he's he's a sudden guy. Plays the game hard. He's relentless in his effort. Obviously, a lot of learning to do. You know, he's got a lot of learning to go. But I've been impressed with JoJo and his work ethic and his want to, and then his suddenness. You know, you notice him, and that's a good sign as a defensive lineman. You want to know the guys on the field. You don't want them to go unnoticed. Yes.
Sark, we have an upcoming media tour of the stadium. Can you comment on how the renovation will help with recruiting?
Well, I think the renovation of the stadium is huge for recruiting. You know, I mean, I think it's big for everybody, but when recruits come in here, I don't know where else they're going to go in the country and see better. You know, you think about the stadium, and when you're on the field, and just the spectacular views of Lake Washington, the jumbotrons, the suites, the glass, the tunnel, all that. And then you get the facility piece of it with a brand new weight room, training room, locker room, meeting rooms, recruiting lounge. It's a tremendous place. It's a spectacular building. It'd be hard pressed to find anywhere better in the country.
And specifically, what would you show them on the tour, like from your office?
Everything.
building?
I want to show them everything. If that takes 48 hours and eats up the whole thing, then so be it.
Sark, we didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday about it, but what were your thoughts on the scrimmage and what did the film show?
The scrimmage was great. I thought the offense started really well, really crisp, doing some nice things. It was unfortunate we had a couple drops there, one on a third down early on and one in the red zone, but very efficient in the red zone. It was cool to see Damari Stringfellow go up and make a few plays for the quarterbacks, and I thought it was good. And then to watch our defense battle back and really create 3 turnovers. They had 2 interceptions, and then Travis Feeney stripped the ball there down in the red zone. They didn't rule it a fumble on the field. If we would have had a chance to review it, they would have reviewed it and given it to the defense. And so it was great to see them bounce back and have that performance, because that's how games go. There's going to be some games where our offense is doing great, and then the defense can get turnovers and all that. So, and then the return game, I think seeing Marvin looking more and more comfortable as the kick returner and where he was a year ago, and John Ross's punt return, he made a cut in that scrimmage on the punt return that was, reminiscent of an old number 5 I used to coach. I mean, it was a full speed, violent cut, and it was impressive.
Has the battle at running back kind of been joined behind Bishop Sankey now that Jesse's getting back into the mix a little bit?
Yeah, it's a great one, and we've got a lot of good backs. I think Coop, what he was able to do in the scrimmage was really impressive. I think Jesse working his way back in. I think Dwayne Washington can be effective for us back there. And then obviously what Bishop's doing. I mean, we've got a good crew of guys back there, and still a couple young guys that are going to be good players down the road, and Ryan McDaniel and Levon Coleman. So, I think that's a really deep position for us, as well as the receiver position for us. Those 2 spots we feel good about, not only now but for our future.
Was Feeney one of the guys you kind of held back today, and we got some more reps at the ones today?
Well, it's been ongoing. Those guys have been trading off back and forth. Fui's had a great camp. I mean, I don't know if he can play better than he's playing. I mean, it seems like every day he's making tackles, he's breaking up passes, he's sacking the quarterback. He's had a really good training camp. He's been unbelievable on special teams, and we're just trying to reward a guy for playing well. And I think that Travis comes in, and next thing you know, he's batting down balls and sacking the quarterback. And so it's the linebacking group for us defensively is probably our best position group. When you look at those guys, Jamal Curse has had a good camp. Thomas Tatogi's had a good camp for us, and then the other 2 guys in Timu and Shaq. So it's a good group.
All right.